Mitochondria is an organelle found in most eukaryotic cells. Mitochondria is known as the powerhouse of the cell because they generate the ATPs and energy needed for the cell through cellular respiration. Mitochondria consists of compartments or regions which are the outer membrane, inner membrane, and matrix. The outer membrane separates the organelle from the cell and is a double phospholipid bilayer membrane. It functions the same way the membrane of the cell does. Its job is to regulate what goes in the mitochondria and what goes out of the mitochondria. The inner membrane is where cellular respiration happens. This creates the ATPs and energy for the cell. The inner membrane folds many times to expand the surface area. This is very important because with more space, there are more chemical reactions, which makes it much more efficient and beneficial to the whole cell. These folds are called the cristae. Inside the folds is the matrix, which is a gel-like material. This is where the DNA of the mitochondria is. Mitochondria has its own DNA, just like the cell. Here's a picture of the mitochondria. Here's the outer membrane, the inner membrane, and the matrix. And here's another picture of a whole entire cell, and here is where the mitochondria is on a cell. So the most important things about mitochondria is that it's in almost all eukaryotic cells, which means almost all plant and human cells. And the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, even though, as we can see here, it is pretty small. It is vital to the cell because it produces the ATPs and energy needed for the cell. And the outer membrane of the mitochondria is very similar to the cell membrane. It controls what goes in, what goes out. And the inner membrane is where all the cellular respiration happens and where the energy and ATP are created. And last, the matrix is the gel-like material inside the folds of the inner membrane, where it contains the DNA. So that is what I have to say about mitochondria.